Hi guys, see you guys on YouTube. Sorry about that, guys. That's the last thing you want to see. What was it? Is my big belly. So I'm going live YouTube and Facebook in a moment, answering any goalkeeping questions for the older goalkeepers. So 1 second, YouTube. Hi guys, this is Ray here. Hope you're fitting well. So this is I'm speaking to Facebook here. So look, you can have a thumbs up on Facebook if you can see me. That'd be cool. And this is on YouTube here. So a thumbs up or whatever you do on Facebook. You've got Craig here. Hi Craig. Yep, fantastic. Thanks Craig and yourself. Okay, good to see you here, Craig. So this is YouTube. This is Facebook, okay? So you'll see me flitting, my head going up and down, okay? So just while I'm just getting comfortable, I'm just making sure, so just bear with us for a minute, please, guys. Just have a cup of tea or a coffee while you're waiting. Just while I get comfortable. I know there's a few people coming live. So, on a Friday evening, guys, you could be going out for a pint or a nice meal, or you could listen to me, waffling on about goalkeeping. It's entirely up to you. So, again, I'll tell you the theme of, obviously, tonight's live session. So, just to make sure that I am live, if you can just, let's say, this is Facebook here, if you can just have some thumbs up, that'd be cool. I want to make sure, obviously, everyone can see me. Okay, brilliant. I can see it's working, and I'm live on YouTube here. I never managed live to get on Instagram today, so for you guys that follow just to keep us on Instagram, I do apologise. So I'm just going to wait for a little longer for a few more people to come live, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. So, while we're waiting, I'm going to, before I get started in maybe 60 seconds, if anyone got any questions to ask, again, if you've just come live now, just can you give me a thumbs up on Facebook here or on YouTube here, just to make sure, obviously, that that I'm getting heard loud and clear. So first of all, on YouTube, hi guys. So obviously, Craig, hi Craig. You've got Brian O'Leary, hi. How can I cover a big goal? Fantastic, Brian. I'll come to that question in a moment. Craig's answering me back. He's saying, "I'm good, thanks, mate." Yeah, great to hear from you, Craig. Seth Miller is saying, hello, Ray. Hi, Seth. I hope you're fitting well. Again, I can't really see the comments on here. I can see Phil Priestley. Hi, Phil. Great to see you on here. Phil's okay, so I'm trying to read it over there. Phil's an ex-J4K goalkeeping coach. One of the nicest guys I've ever met, Phil. Are you still managing? I know Phil left J4K to manage a team. Hopefully you're still managing. Phil, that'd be great. So I'm now going to be reading just a few comments from Facebook. Now, even though the Facebook camera's here, I'm actually reading the comments here on Facebook. I think I want to get some help in a moment. Someone's going to come in and read the questions for me, guys. So Paul Hellis is saying, evening, Ray. Hi, Paul. I hope you're well. Thanks for sharing all those videos and photographs of your son and Scott Healy and J4K Manchester. Some amazing photographs there. Okay, so Phil is the goalkeeping coach at Harrogate Town. Brilliant, Phil. As I say, if you're a Harrogate Town goalkeeper, you're privileged to be coached by Phil. Gemma Rebecca, how to get a better spring. Okay, so the questions are coming in already, so I'll answer that question in a minute. Gemma, that's cool. Brian Daly saying, hi Ray from Virginia, USA. All the way from Virginia. great to hear you here. Jonathan Gould has got some questions. Sorry, that disappeared. Sorry, Jonathan. So, guys, when you're asking your questions, if I missed a question, okay, or if Paula or the guys in the office missed a question, just repeat it. I will answer the question. So, guys, the theme, again, this is Facebook for the guys that are coming on, because there's more and more people coming on. This is Facebook here. This is YouTube. So I'm going to flit in between the both. I've got some gloves to give away today. But again, there's a bit of a twist. If you've watched the post over the last day or two, it's all going to be about, it's the giveaway. It's going to be adult goalkeeping gloves today, because I've had a few emails and messages from goalkeepers over the last few weeks, basically saying, "Hey Ray, you know, you're doing, just for keepers, is doing loads of giveaway for the kids, but what about us adult goalkeepers?" Okay, yeah. So for you guys that obviously are feeling a bit lonely or feeling left out, this is purely for adult goalkeepers, okay? Now listen, if there's a younger goalkeeper on, or you're a parent of a younger goalkeeper, obviously please ask your question. We're obviously not going to ignore the younger keepers, but just to let you know, the goalkeeping gloves that we're going to give away tonight is going to be adult goalkeeping gloves, okay? Yeah, so there's a few more here, okay, come in. Again, I know there's been a problem with this goalkeeping glove, guys. I don't know if any of you have ordered the J4K Sublime, but it's all red here. The gloves that we've actually got online is actually white, so we need to change that. So if you've got that, if that's happened to you, please let me know. Be much appreciated. So what this is all about today, guys, again, if there's a bit of an echo in here, only messing. I'm in a makeshift office, so there's a bit of an echo, so I apologise in advance. So what this theme is all about today is about helping adult goalkeeping coaches, or the older goalkeeping coaches, because probably 90% of what I do is to help the younger goalkeepers, or what I actually love doing is helping parents to help their goalkeeping child, okay? So I have sort of neglected you older goalkeepers over the past few months, so I do apologise. So tonight's session is all about helping adult goalkeepers. But as I said before, if you're a younger goalkeeper, please ask away, or if you're a parent of a goalkeeper, again, please ask away, okay? Yeah. And what I'm going to be doing as well for the goalkeepers that ask the best questions here on Facebook or here on YouTube, we'll be giving away a pair of adult goalkeeping gloves tonight. And for you younger keepers, we will obviously be doing more competitions for the younger, more glove competitions for the younger keepers as well. I do apologise that I've not been live as much as I should have been, because I do try to get live at least once a week. I've just been that busy planning all the summer camps, etc. We've been absolutely up the wall. And I've also started another business called Sportspreneurs as well, and that's to help people in sport. So that's kept me busy, shall we say, as well. Okay, so I want to start. I've got no agenda here. Normally I'll come with a topic. I'll be honest with you, tonight there's no topic whatsoever. I've just come in and I'm just going to be reacting to your questions. And at the end, we will be giving a free pair of gloves away. Now, I know that I say this every time I chat, that I can only speak for 45 minutes or an hour, and I end up going for 90 minutes, okay, yeah. Tonight, I will generally be finishing about 30 minutes, okay. So probably about, yeah, I've got to be gone by 9:30, okay, yeah. So I know it's famous last words, guys. So I'll probably pick the winner of the goalkeeping gloves about 9:25 UK time. If you're in the USA, that's going to be about 4:25 USA time if you're over in the USA. Okay, so I'm going to start answering some questions. First of all, I'm going to answer a question on YouTube, and then I'm going to let my good fellow secretary over here, Paula, she will shout out some of the questions. So the first one here, okay, it's very good, interesting one. This is from Oscar. Do you have any experience with Gaelic football? If so, what do you think is harder to play in nets? I've personally had no experience playing Gaelic football. I've actually watched Gaelic football on the TV, and I always thought the Gaelic goalkeepers were even more crazier than the goalkeepers. So obviously, it takes a very special talent to play in goal Gaelic. and a bit more special craziness as well, I think, Oscar, because that looks like a really tough position to play. Obviously, goalkeeping in football and soccer is very, obviously, it's a very demanding position. But yeah, you guys that play Gaelic, you guys are crazy, and I mean that in a positive and in a respectful way. But obviously, you're based in Ireland. What I would recommend you do is maybe get in contact with Matt Gregg, who runs J4K Ireland. He actually has coached, and I still think he does actually coach Gaelic goalkeepers. So hopefully that will help. Okay. And Craig Francis here on YouTube is saying, Ray, the stealth gloves look superb, mate. Thank you very much, Craig. So these are the stealth gloves for you guys that might not have heard of the stealth glove. So it's obviously more or less an all black glove. We actually have got another design of gloves coming out probably in the next 3 weeks. So we have got another stealth design coming out as well, because they have been that popular. We are going to be bringing out more gloves, okay? Okay, so I'm going to let my good lady shout the first question over from Facebook.
Okay, we have Jonathan. I am struggling with confidence when going for the ball being crossed from a corner. How can I improve my confidence and also better at catching the balls whilst under pressure?
Okay, great question. So that was Jonathan. So Jonathan was saying that, tell me if I misquote this, please, Paula. So Jonathan was saying that he's really struggling with his confidence coming for crosses, for corners. So how can he improve his confidence and obviously the ability to catch a ball for a corner? It's all to do with repetition and practice, Jonathan. You'll find anything that you do with goalkeeping or in life, it's all about repetition. You can do things over and over and over again. I remember as a professional goalkeeper, we used to do set pieces every Friday before the game, which I used to love, to be honest with you, because again, I know exactly what you feel, because there's nothing worse when you're practicing a cross and you've got everyone around you. It is quite difficult, but I used to love doing it before the game because it used to prepare me for the game. So the best thing, I know it can be difficult, depending on the team that you play for. But what you've got to be doing, Jonathan, if there's anything that you're underconfident with, all you got to do is practice the life out of it. Just keep practicing. Ideally, go and try and find someone in your area that knows what they're talking about. So go and find a goalkeeping coach that knows what they're talking about, so they can actually watch what you do. Because there's no point practicing if what you're practicing is wrong, okay? So you've got to make sure that you're practicing the right thing first. So you've got to make sure that you've got a mentor or a goalkeeping coach. But I assure you, Jonathan, the more you practice something, the easier it becomes. And the best way I can describe it, but without stating the obvious, when you first started to ride a bicycle, or if you're driving a car, you're very nervous when you're driving a bicycle, you fall off, or you're nervous when you're driving a car. But now when you drive a bike or drive a car, you probably jump in and you're not even thinking about it, you've gone. Because you've done it that many times, it becomes second nature and you've got confidence. And that's what it's like. It doesn't matter if it's kicking the ball, coming for a cross. It's all about repetition and doing it as over and over and over and over again, until to the point where that you are very confident in what you do and you're catching those balls, if that makes sense. And also as well, you visualize it as well. I'm really, really big into visualization. So what happens as well, if you can actually visualize yourself doing a set piece, so visualize yourself, someone taking the corner, all the players around you, and the ball coming in to the goal, and you coming and catching that ball perfectly all the time, or punching it. Visualization works big time as well. If you ask any top athlete, every one of them use the art of visualization. And basically all visualization is just daydreaming something into reality. So also do the visualization. So visualize in your head over and over and over again. And that's when I played professional. That's all I used to do. Every time I finished training, or the night time, I'd visualize the 10, 15 minutes, catching it, maybe the top corner save or coming for the cross. Visualization works. So repetition, Jonathan, and visualization.
Okay, now Gary Lloyd, what clubs are better, finger saves or not finger saves? I broke my finger a couple of weeks ago from a cross. Broke my finger and I didn't have finger saves in. So we didn't have finger saves in. What are better, finger save or not finger save? safe?
To be honest with you, this.
Gary Lloyd.
Hi Gary. Great question. Gary's asking, what's the better glove, finger save or non-finger save? If you ask goalkeeping coaches or goalkeepers what they prefer, 99% of them will say non-finger save. Now, don't get me wrong. Finger save gloves has its place. Okay, yeah. So what I always recommend goalkeepers do is that when they train with non-finger safe goalkeeper gloves. Reason being is if you train with finger, what Gary was saying as well, is that he come for a cross in the game and he punched the ball. Did he break his fingers without the finger saves in? Without them in? Okay, so I'm not saying this is the reason, Gary. So the question Gary was asking me was what's best, finger save gloves or non-finger save gloves? If you ask any goalkeeping coach that knows what they're talking about, that's a difference. 99% of them will say non-finger save, okay, which I'll explain why in a moment. And Gary said that he took his finger saves out and actually broke his hand when he punched the ball or broke his finger. Now that could be because you've wore finger save too many times. This is honestly, I've done several videos on this, guys. So to me, finger save gloves has its place, okay, yeah. But I think you should always wear non-finger save gloves, especially in training, okay, yeah. So you've got to wear, I believe, non-finger save gloves in training. Reason being is you'll allow your fingers to strengthen. Because if you're wearing finger save gloves all the time, I'm not going to go all weird on you, okay, yeah. But your mind will get used to the glove doing the job. Instead of your fingers doing the job, the finger saves are doing the job, if that makes sense. That doesn't give your hand a chance to develop. No, it sounds crazy. Sometimes you need to bend your finger back from time to time because that tells your brain, wow, that hurt. So the next time a shot comes in, subconsciously, you're thinking because you don't want that pain again. You need to experience that. I know that sounds crazy, but you need to experience that so your mind can get used to the fact that, right, I'm going to focus. It helps you with your technique as well, but also as well, your fingers get a chance to strengthen when you're using when you're using gloves with no finger spines in. Because if you're using it all the time, what can happen, Gary, and this is what might happen to you. This has happened to several of my students where you wear finger save gloves all the time. The fingers don't get a chance to strengthen. You've got weak fingers. When it comes to a game where they might forget the finger save gloves, or they might say, you know what, I'll try non-finger save for these games. All of a sudden you go into a game situation. Sounds weird, guys, but I'll tell you this is true. Your mind does not know your finger save, that you've not got finger save gloves on, because it's repetition. A shot comes in, your mind thinks the finger save gloves are going to do the job. They're not there. Snap, you broke the finger. So what I recommend you guys do, for the ones that are adamant and you want to wear the finger save gloves, make sure you train with non-finger save gloves, because you're giving it a chance for your hands and your fingers to develop in training. And then when you play a game, you put your finger save gloves on, so you've got a strong hand with the backing of the finger save gloves, if that makes sense. So if you're one of these keepers that adamant you want to wear finger saves, that's fine, but make sure you train with non-finger save. It's really, really important, okay? In fact, one of the things that I brought out on one of the websites now, it's actually on the USA website at the moment. It will be coming to the UK website probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. There's actually a couple of, I don't know what they're called. It's like equipment, and it's actually to strengthen the fingers. So one's like an elasticated band where you put your fingers in, and you literally just do this with your fingers. It's actually a section that it's actually called Goalkeeper DIY, for goalkeeper do it yourself. So for you goalkeepers, most of us know this, especially if you're playing grassroots or amateur. It's very, very rare that you get good goalkeeping coaching, and if you're lucky, you might get one goalkeeping session a week. And a lot of goalkeepers, and I did this myself as a youngster, a lot of goalkeepers throughout the week have got to train on their own because they can't get a goalkeeper coach every single week. So what I used to do when I was younger, and I'm being serious here, guys, okay? So I always used to practice my footwork. So being a scouser, I actually seen 2 traffic cones on the road one day. So I took the traffic cones, okay? Shouldn't have done that, but scouser, what could you say? So I actually took the traffic cones and I got a broom brush. And I put the broom brush on top of the traffic cones, and I used to just bounce over it in the back garden or the backyard to work on the spring. and because we never had hurdles when I was younger, now you guys are very, very lucky. And for the footwork, now you've got speed ladders. We never had speed ladders when I was younger, and I'm being deadly serious here. I used to go into the kitchen, and I used to take the cans of tin food, like cans of peas, cans of soup, cans of carrots, and I used to lay it down in the back garden or the backyard, and I used to do footwork in and out. And I'm being serious. There was a good few times that my mum would come out and clip me around the ear and go, hey, and pick up the carrots, and then maybe give me a tin of beans because she needed the carrots for that evening meal. I'm being serious here, guys, okay? So as a goalkeeper, because you're very, very lucky now, there's that much exercise machines you can buy, these merchandise, these speed ladders, these hurdles, these like wobble boards, there's just tons of stuff that you can get. So I've actually created on the website it's called Goalkeeper DIY, meaning goalkeeper do it yourself. At the moment, it's only on the USA website. It will be on the UK website in the next 2 weeks, maybe. And on there, it's all like exercises. It's like speed ladders. As I say, these like speed ladders on there, hurdles, cones. These like I forgot the word. Like they strengthen your fingers. So it's basically all tools you can use. So when you're doing things on your own as a goalkeeper, it helps you with your goalkeeping. So look out for it's called Goalkeeper DIY, which means obviously for do it yourself. So when you're on your own and you've got no friends, Billy no mates, you can obviously use these exercises, etc. Sorry guys, I've been looking at Facebook. I keep forgetting to look at YouTube here, so I do apologise. Yeah, so going back to Gary the finger save, there's a time and place when to use finger save gloves. Okay, so.
Yeah, questions are absolutely fine. We are Oscar. My team just won Division 1 in February, and we are in the final. Do you have any tips for people under pressure?
Okay, brilliant. Oscar. So Oscar says his team just won Division 1 in East Kent. So fantastic. Congratulations, Oscar. Have I got any tips for dealing with pressure? So obviously goalkeeping, yeah. I mean, goalkeeping's all about pressure. And if you look at the best goalkeepers in the world, obviously, yeah, the good, obviously the very, very good goalkeepers. Sorry guys, you got a phone call coming. That's the only downside when you go live on your iPhone. Yeah, so basically, if you look at the best goalkeepers in the world, obviously, yeah, they've got talent, but the reason why they're the best goalkeepers in the world is because they handle pressure better than most goalkeepers. So one of the best things you can do to handle pressure is, first of all, try and find a mentor, like a goalkeeping coach that has ideally played at a high level. I don't mean to be disrespectful to a goalkeeping coach that has not played at a high level, because they won't be able to have the empathy to explain what they've gone through. But if you know a goalkeeper who's played in front of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 people, and ask them how they dealt with it, that will really help you. But to answer that question now to Oscar, it's all about visualization. Again, I don't want to go too deep on you here. In fact, I'll put a book in the link in a moment, okay? That will really help you. It's a book that I've wrote, and it actually shows you how to visualize your success. So rather than me go on about it too much, I'll put the book I'll put the book here, and you can go to it. It's an ebook, and you can go to the link, and it'll be a free download. Okay, I actually sell these books on Amazon, but obviously because you're part of the J4K community, you get that for free. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen me giving these ebooks away. I tend to give them. I tend to post out maybe once or twice a month about these ebooks, but I'll post it in here for you, Oscar, and it'll teach you about the art of visualization, because I could speak about visualization for the next hour and I'll probably go over your head. But if you download this book, it's called How to Daydream Yourself to Success. It's about visualization, and that will really help you, because if you can go through things over and over in your mind, Oscar, it does help big time. And again, I said this earlier on, if you ask any professional athletes, actor, anyone who's at the top of the field, every one of them will tell you to visualize. It's so important.
Okay, we have Lewis. Lewis Foot. Is it impossible to teach? Strength, or is it purely something you're born with?
Lewis, Absolutely love that question. Lewis Foot says, is it possible to teach mental strength or is it purely something you were born with? Lewis, 98% of people are not born confident. I wasn't born confident. I was very, very underconfident. When people see me, they go, wow, Ray, you're a confident person, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, you never see me 5, 10, 15 years ago. 98% of people, Lewis, probably 99% of people are not born confident. Now, look, you've got the minority who, as soon as they're born, they've got that super confidence about them. Trust me, that's only the minority. The great news is, Lewis, you can train your mind to be self-confident. If you want bigger muscles, you go to the gym and you just, repetition. You can train your mind like you can train your body. And I think it's actually easier to train your mind than what it is to train your body, because to train your body, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to work out. To train your mind, you can actually sit in a chair and have a coffee and train your mind when you know how to do it. So going back to the book that I'm going to put in here for Oscar, this book will really help you as well, because visualization can help you with absolutely everything. So visualize, I know it sounds crazy, Lewis, but you can actually visualize yourself how to be more confident, okay? So again, rather than me going too much into detail here, because there's tons of questions flying in, and I've only got about 15 minutes, what I will do is I will put a link in, while Paul shouts the next question over, I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put a link in here, guys. I'll put the link in a few times, okay? Yeah, and for you guys in YouTube, we'll do the same for you. And there's going to be actually 5 ebooks you can download, all completely free. Again, without sounding like a hero, guys, I actually sell these on Amazon, and they sell very well on Amazon. So I'll put the link for you to download, Lewis. Download the book about visualization. It will really help. It will teach you how to visualize being confident. So the great news is, if you're underconfident, don't worry about it. You can develop your confidence like you can develop bigger muscles. Okay.
Okay, the next one, Laura. Any tips on goal kicks off the floor? Mine never get any height or distance. Cheers.
Okay, is that Laura? Laura, love you. Okay, so Laura was asking, is there any tips on goal kicks because she can't get any distance or height? So again, going back to sort of tricking your mind here, Laura, what I would recommend you do, the first mistake goalkeepers make, let's say for example, as a goalkeeper, you're a certain height, a certain weight, and the strength that you've got as a goalkeeper, you might only be able to consistently kick to the halfway line, if that makes sense. Because of your body shape, your weight, you can only physically kick to the halfway line, if that makes sense. So just visualize that for a moment. So the first thing is, the massive mistake goalkeepers make, if they realize that they can only kick to the halfway line, what they make the mistake of trying to do is trying to kick further. Instead of saying to themselves, you know what, I know I can only get to the halfway line, so try not to get past that. Now, if you're a young goalkeeper, okay, if you're a young goalkeeper and you can only get to the halfway line, only kick to the halfway line. As you get older and stronger, you might be able to kick 5 yards past and then 10 yards past, okay, yeah, and then further and further and further again. The point I'm trying to make is, if you're at an age as a goalkeeper and you know physically, you might be 30 years of age, for example, okay, but you can only kick to the halfway line. Don't try and kick past that, because that's when your kicks start flying everywhere. Instead, start focusing on your techniques, on your accuracy, on getting more height as well. So the first thing that you've got to think about, Laura, is if you can only kick to the halfway line, for example, only kick to the halfway line, okay? Try not to start kicking further, because that's when your kicks will go everywhere. As I say, if you're a youngster and you can only kick to the halfway line, only do what I'm going to tell you now, only do what I'm going to tell you now, only kick to the halfway line, because as you get older and stronger, you'll naturally go further and further and further. What I'm trying to say is, don't force past your natural strength, if that makes sense. So what I would be doing now if I was yourself, Laura, to help yourself get height and more distance, okay, I'm going to talk about height first, okay. First of all, make sure, again, talk about confidence. One of the first things that I would be doing, if you can find a goalkeeping coach, that's the best thing. That's always most of my answers. If you can find a goalkeeping coach in your area that knows what they're talking about, and that's the main question, that knows what they're talking about. You know, a good goalkeeping coach can have you kicking a lot better by the end of an hour session, seriously. But you've got to find a goalkeeping coach that knows what they're talking about, and they're very few and far between. So what are the things that I used to do with my students? And I actually never told them this, by the way, Laura, okay? When I was doing a kicking session, I would slightly deflate the ball a bit, okay? Because when the ball's hard, especially for the young keeper, it's hard for them to get the height. So by taking a bit of deflating the ball slightly, it actually helps get more height. Obviously, I'm teaching the technique about getting height as well. But again, what happens is once a goalkeeper's mind can see they're getting height, I sort of subconsciously trick them that they can get height, if that makes sense. Now bearing in mind, I'm teaching the right technique at the same time here. That helps as well, don't forget. So one of the things that I would do, Laura, again, depending on how old are you, by the way, Laura? Oh, is it gone? Okay. So Laura, if you can let me know how old you are, that'd be a big help. So one of the things that I would be doing is, if I was you, I would be slightly letting the air out the ball. Just so like 17, okay, so you're 17 years of age, brilliant, Laura. So just let the air out the ball slightly. If you can find a good goalkeeper coach, that would really help. And then by letting the air out, actually will give you you'll be able to get the ball a bit more higher in the air, and that will. So I used to trick my students subconsciously. They didn't know that I deflated the balls because they were like, "Wow, I'm getting height! Wow, I'm getting height!" Subconsciously, they were getting more confident. And then I started putting the ball pressure back to normal. But again, they didn't know that because they got that confidence and the feeling of getting the height, they started getting the height. So it's all about confidence as well. Another thing as well, it is really about finding a goalkeeper coach that can teach you, because it is difficult to explain. Actually, you know what I'm going to do here, rather than try and explain it, I'm going to put a link in here, guys, okay? So Laura, on this link I'm going to be giving you, it's actually 6 DVDs, okay? But what I've done, because at one time I used to have all my coaching on 6 DVDs. What I've actually now done, I've actually put them on my on the J4K website. You can actually watch these DVDs on the website completely free of charge, or you can download them onto your laptop and watch them free of charge. So I'm going to give you a link now, Laura, and I forgot whereabouts it is. But if you scroll down, you'll actually see a session on kicking. I think there's actually 4 sessions on kicking. So rather than me harp on about it too much here, go and watch I've just put the link in now. I'm going to put it in a couple of times. So these about 1 hour. These four videos, about 1 hour, about 25 minutes. And that will teach you all about the kicking. Okay, it tells you how to deflate the ball, etc. So your best, if you can go there, Laura, that'll be great, because it is hard to explain. I'm going to put this in YouTube for you guys as well. It is hard to explain how to kick a ball sitting behind the camera, if that makes sense. Yes, look.
Okay, Lee Miller, my son loves going one-on-one with the strikers. Do you have any tips to work on timing, and do you think I should stop him from leaving his box? And that's Lee Miller.
Lee Miller. So Lee Miller's basically, he was saying that his son loves diving at the centre forward's feet. Did you say, sorry?
My son loves going one-on-one with strikers. Do you have any tips on timing, and do you think I should stop him from leaving his box? So he must come on the box.
Okay, good. So obviously Lee Miller. Okay, great question. That his son likes doing one-on-ones. And coming out and doing one-on-ones, should he hold his son back? The answer is yes and no, really. It depends on the situation. And again, it's difficult really for me to answer that because it depends on the situation. But I certainly wouldn't discourage your son from coming out. And you're very lucky that your son does do that, Lee, because a lot of goalkeepers tend to stand that. Sorry about the sun coming through the window here, guys. Sorry, guys. It's probably... you might well have to wear sunglasses now because it's reflecting off my bald head. So I do apologise. What I wouldn't do is discourage your son from coming off the line, because say most young goalkeepers it's very difficult to get them off because they stay on the line because they're not too sure what to do. So what I would do if I was yourself, Lee, again, if you can get a goalkeeping coach, that would be great, but if you can't, I would do a lot of one-on-ones with them. So even if you're running at him, I would do different scenarios with him, from different angles, from different, different angles, different lengths away from him. Sometimes 10 yards away, sometimes 20 yards away, and then I'd have a discussion with him. Say, do you think you should have come out for that one-on-one, or should you stay on your line? So I definitely wouldn't discourage him. That's great. I just put him in more scenarios so he can make better decisions. Okay, because it really does depend on what situation and scenario a goalkeeper should be coming for a one-on-one. Some one-on-ones, the keeper should be flying out. Some one-on-ones, the keeper should be holding the ground, okay? Again, a good goalkeeper coach will tell you that. Or if your son is playing for their local team, ask the coach, can they do at the end of each session 10 minutes worth of one-on-ones and breakaways? That will really, really help, because it is all about decision making. And it is, to be honest with you, it is one of the hardest things for the goalkeeper to master, especially when the ball comes over the top of the defenders. You've got everyone running towards you. You've got a split second to make as a goalkeeper. Do a come out or do a stay. And it's all about practice and repetition. So guys, we've got 5 minutes left, because I do have to finish bang on 4 o'clock. And again, I'll get the lovely guys here to pick a winner. So I'm going to be picking a winner in about 5 minutes for a pair of the adult J4K gloves, okay?
This is going to be the last question from Facebook, and then you can go on to YouTube. That would be great. Hi Ray, where is the best? Right, hi Ray, where is the best?
The blessed.
The blessed.
Do you mean best?
Hi Ray, where is the best? Where is it best to stand when defence corner centre and the goal are in space to come to the ball, please?
Okay, so who's the name of that? Sorry.
Danny.
Okay, so
Danny Robbins.
So what Danny said there, when it's a corner, as a goalkeeper, where's the best to stand? In the middle of the goal, towards the far post, or towards the near post? Now, it depends. If it's a small-sided goal, just stand in the middle. Also, as well, never stand on the line, Danny. Okay, so I'm not too sure if Danny's an adult keeper or if you're asking it as a parent. So I'll answer a small-sided goal and a big-sided goal as well. First thing is you never stand on your line. Always be half a yard off your line. Rule number one. If it's in a small-sided goal, just stand in the middle, because it's not really going to make much difference in a small-sided goal. So stand in the middle. In the bigger side, in the bigger goals, what I always tend to teach my students is to literally be in the middle, again, be half a yard off your line, but be half a yard towards the near post, okay? Now, I know some goalkeepers who are a lot faster, okay, prefer to be in the middle or sometimes towards the back. I'm not a big lover of that, to be honest with you, because if someone really whips in the ball really fast, you're leaving, obviously, too much of the goal wide there, so you're leaving too much of the goal in front of you. What's the word? Not vulnerable. Okay, so because I see keepers, they don't stand in the middle; they stand like a yard or 2 yards back towards the far post. I think they're leaving too much space there, because if the ball's getting whipped in, obviously it's coming in it's coming in fast, and the reaction time. Whereas I think that if you're in the middle of your goal, okay, for the corner, okay, but you start half a yard towards your near post. Any balls that get whipped in fast, you should be there. Any balls that get whipped over you, okay, you've got a lot more time to see it, if that makes sense. So I'll explain it again. If you stand too far back and it's whipped in, I think you're leaving the front too vulnerable, and the chance it can get in, someone can whip in and obviously score a goal in front of you. I think if you stand in the middle, but half a yard towards the post, you've got a better chance to come in. You've got a better chance to get any balls that are whipped in really fast. And really, any balls that get whipped into the far post, you've got more than enough time to obviously readjust and get to, obviously follow the ball and maybe go to the backside of the goal, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So I hope that question helped. Obviously, some of these questions, it's better to be on the field rather than trying to explain it. Obviously on camera. But what I'll do as well, I've just sent a video link there. What was his name? I've just sent a video link there. A link, sorry, with... Danny Robbins. Okay. So Danny, I've sent a link there with 6 DVDs. There's about So that's about 30 hours worth of goalkeeping training. So if you go through that, there'll be something there that will teach you exactly what I've just tried to explain on camera, and it'll be a lot easier watching it as a video.
Just like to say thanks to Liam Miller for being a good sport, really, wishing everyone good luck.
Okay, cool.
That was very interesting, and if you can take further on, some questions I can't see in YouTube.
Okay, no, so we'll answer one more question on Facebook, guys, okay, because I just want to get a link for Oscar, just so, I forgot the website, just bear with us. So I'm just going to send the link over one more time. So this link I'm sending over now, this is these 6 DVDs, okay, yeah, where you can actually go to this link, this website, and you can actually watch these DVDs completely free of charge on our website, where you can download them, okay, and that will answer probably 95% of your questions. Okay, Richard Burstow there, Paula Ray, shout out for Tom. Yep, Tom, fantastic, Richard. Richard is from Plymouth, a place that I'm very, very fond of. I actually spent 3 amazing years actually playing for Plymouth Argyle and actually living in Plymouth. Love the place. So Richard and his son Tom are from Plymouth, and Tom has just signed for Torquay United. So let's have it, guys. Can everyone have a clap and a big thumbs up? And let's show some J4K love for Tom, who's actually just signed for Torquay United. So Tom, I'm sure it's the start of a very exciting career for you, young man. And I've got to know Tom and Richard over the past 18 months, 2 years, and they're 2 fantastic guys. And Tom, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I'm really over the moon for you. So before I'm going to answer one more question, guys, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send you a link to 5 ebooks, okay, yeah. So for you guys that are asking about how you develop your self-confidence, how to deal with pressure, some of these ebooks here will help you big time. And by the way, these ebooks I've written them in a way that you can actually read them in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's not going to be like a 200-page book. They're only like 30 to 40 pages long, so you can actually read them in one sitting. But these books that I'm going to send over now are going to help big time. So please come over now. So guys, if you want, I'm going to ask one more question, and then if you guys are, so I'm going to answer one more question, not ask one more question. Sorry, but I answer one more question. Cool. And while we're waiting for the last question to come in, if you guys are interested to win a pair of gloves here tonight or today, depending on where you are in the world, can you just fire over, just say, yes please Ray, size 8, yes please Ray, size 9. If you can just fire that over and let us know that you want to win, okay, yeah, and what size goalkeeping glove you are, because what will happen is, if you're doing that, that will put you in the guys who are watching, that will put them in their mind. Okay, so we've got Laura Beaver saying size 8, cool. Danny Dobbins, size 10. Liam, size 9. Liam Taylor, size 10. Hi, Liam. Good. Liam is, I coached Liam for nearly 10 years when he was a young whippersnapper many, many years ago. They've been great days. Then we've got Connor Darlington, by the way, a big shout out to Connor Darlington. Connor has just started J4K in and around the Stevenage area in Buckinghamshire. Am I right there's somewhere else? It's at Bigglesworth, is it, Connor? If you can just let me know, please, Connor, where you are. So if you're a goalkeeper and you're around the Buckinghamshire area, the Stevenage area, we've got Connor Darlington, who's actually on here now. He's a J4K coach. If you're in his area, reach out to Connor tonight, and I'm sure Connor will show you out with a free J4K training session. Okay, cool. Alan Battler's on here. Hi, Alan. Fantastic. Alan does J4K. Alan, where did you do J4K? I always get mixed up with yourself. Is it like that? Is it around this? Is it Worcestershire? No, it's not Worcestershire. Alan, where do you do J4K, please? Got Joey Peterson from North Carolina. Cool. Hi, Joey. So So Alan Batchelor, I think it's Wiltshire. Sorry, my mind froze there. So guys, if you're a goalkeeper or a parent of a goalkeeper who's based in or around the Wiltshire area, Alan Batchelor is on here tonight. Alan's a J4K coach, doing amazing. Yeah, Alan's coming here with Wiltshire. Thanks, Alan. Sorry, I had a blonde moment, even though I've got no hair. So Alan's doing an amazing job with J4K. We're very proud of what Alan's doing. He's having a lot of success down there with his goalkeeping students. So if you are a goalkeeper or a parent of a goalkeeper in or around the Wiltshire area, reach out to Alan, who's on here now. As I say, he's a J4K coach. And Alan, I'm sure you'll give them a free J4K session, if that's okay. Same as Connor Darlington. Okay, Andrea Rhodes is saying, Ray, looking good after being with Jose. Thanks for the interview with him. Yes, Andrea, thank you for participating in that. Jose, by the way, guys, Jose Rodriguez, amazing young man. I had the pleasure of meeting with him last week. He plays for the United States deaf team, and he's got an amazing success story where he actually come from Peru, and he achieved many adversities to achieve his dream and actually come from Peru and actually ends up playing for the United States deaf team. I've actually seen him in action, very good goalkeeper. He actually coaches goalkeepers in the Orlando area as well. So Jose, fantastic mate for giving something back to goalkeepers, mate. Amazing guy. And I'm very honoured to say that Just for Keepers is actually now sponsoring Jose for his goalkeeping gloves as well. So guys, so check out Jose. He's somewhere on the Just for Keepers website. So Jose Rodriguez, Jose Rodriguez. I can't pronounce it. Yeah, so Jose's got a brother, by the way. Really good guy. So we've got Jose. His brother's called Jose B. Sorry guys, I have to say that. Bad joke. Okay, so Andrea's saying he's an inspiration to all young keepers. Yeah, I agree 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%, Andrea. To me, Andreas is saying that he's an inspiration. Jose is an inspiration for young goalkeepers. Andrea, I've been around goalkeeper now since I was 8. Let's just say this year I've been in goal for 40 years now. Around goalkeeping for 40 years. So Jose was even inspiring old goalkeepers. Never mind young goalkeepers as well, because I was really inspired by Jose's story. And it's not until you realise just how difficult it is for other people, you realise, wow, I shouldn't really be feeling sorry for myself. So yeah, Jose's a fantastic guy. It's great to see that he's helping, he's helping young goalkeepers, and we look forward to supporting him in his goalkeeping. So we're going to pick the. So Danny Robbins likes that joke. Thanks, Danny. I couldn't resist the Jose and Jose B joke. I did actually say that to Jose as well on the day, but I don't think he got my Scouse sense of humour. So we're just waiting now. Obviously, one sec, sorry guys. I'm going to confer with my better half here for a minute. Okay. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So we've picked the winner. Okay, yeah. So hopefully we pronounce this correctly. Okay. So the guys couldn't pronounce it, so they've cheated and they've wrote his name down. Okay, guys. So Joanne Smith is saying "whole pants." Joanne, that was a great joke. That was an amazing joke. How dare you say "oh pants"? I don't know if any of you guys have actually been coached by me over the years. The amount of people that I've been doing Just for Keepers for 20 years now. I've coached thousands and thousands of goalkeepers, and it's amazing whenever I meet them. Again, like Liam Taylor there. Liam Taylor, I coached him for 10 years. Liam is a grown man now. I still keep in contact with Liam. And it's amazing when I meet students that I've not seen for 3, 4, 5 years. he always say to me, they never mention me coaching. He always say, Ray, your jokes were fantastic. So maybe I should have been a comedian rather than a goalkeeping coach. Mind you, saying that when I actually played professionally, some people say I should have been a comedian rather than a goalkeeper as well. So I don't know if that was a compliment or not. Right, okay. So let's have a drum roll, guys. Okay, yeah? Okay, so we couldn't pronounce this guy. I think we got it right. Is it Owen Mahoney? Okay, yeah. Owen Mahoney. Okay, guys, so the winner is size 10. Owen Mahoney. Oh, they've actually voted down.
We did ask tons of questions. We just couldn't pronounce his name.
Okay, cool. So the reason why the guys picked him, okay, yeah, is because he asked loads of questions. Even though that they never picked his questions, okay, he's picked because he asked loads of questions. Work that one out, guys. I've got to work with these guys every day and I can't work them out. Okay.
Shout yes.
Okay, Owen shout. So Owen, is that correct? Is it Ewan or Owen? So let's give a big clap anyway, guys. Andrea's saying, Ray, you need to come to sunny Glasgow. I'll buy you a drink whilst you are here. That sounds like a plan, as long as it's whiskey. I like my whiskey. So well done, guys. Obviously, everyone's congratulating Owen. Okay, so it is Owen. Okay, so Owen is saying it's spelt Irish. Okay, fantastic. So Owen, are you based? Well, actually, Owen, can you tell everyone whereabouts are you based, please, Owen? Okay, Dan Lees is saying, is there any coaches in the Nottingham area? Yes, Dan, we've got a great guy there called Scott Foy. The guys here will put Scott's details in the links, or if you can actually private message just the keepers. Okay, so Owen's in Dublin, fantastic. Okay, brilliant, Owen. So we'll get to actually what I might do, Owen, is I might get Matt Gregg, who runs J4K Dublin. He runs J4K Ireland, sorry, he's based in Dublin. I might get Matt to send you the gloves. That might be quicker to send them from the UK. That makes sense. So Jonathan Gould saying, congratulations, Owen. Okay, yeah. So guys, okay, fantastic. What was it for giving that support? Okay, yeah. Just bear with us for 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm just going to do something. Guys, okay, listening. I've got to go in a minute, but because you've all been fantastic, okay, so Owen's one winner. Guys, I've got 60 seconds, okay, we're going to pick another winner, okay, yeah, do you want to pick 2 winners, guys, okay, yeah, because I think just giving about 1 pair is not enough, so I'm going to pick another winner, okay, yeah, or the guys are, so again, can you just shout out your sizes again, please? That'll be great. So what, Joanne Smith saying, another bit of advice, right? How can I get my 8-year-old, I missed that then, Joanne. I missed that then, Joanne. So what did you say? How do you get your 8-year-old out of his big skins? If you can say that again, Joanne, because that's pretty funny. So you can say that again, Joanne, that'd be great, because I literally just read that as it disappeared. So guys, as I'm talking, I'm going to pick another pair of gloves. Okay, yeah. Actually, I tell you what, can you tell me the size of your gloves? And what country you're from as well, because it'd be nice to know what country is listening into as well, please, guys. Okay, yeah. So the size of your gloves and what country will be great. And I'll pick it in 60 seconds. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video. I do apologise, guys, because it is always good to find, obviously, whereabouts, obviously, people are, you guys are listening in from. It'll be great. Okay, so we've got someone from Norfolk, England. Kerry saying, thank you for the advice. And Kerry Hollands, it's a pleasure. Please make sure that Oscar reads the books, okay? Because they really will help. They really will help. Okay?
He's stuck in his new skins.
Okay, stuck in his new skins, okay, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, give him some, maybe stop giving him those growing pills.
Someone from Wales,
okay, we've got 30 seconds, guys, yeah? Okay, I'll let the guys here pick. Okay, Oscar's from Margate. Okay, cool. Yeah, honestly, Kerry, it really will help. It really will help him. Just 1 sec, sorry guys.
No.
Okay, guys, so in 30 seconds, okay, I tell you what, while you're putting it all in, because the guys are writing it down here, I'll answer one more quick question, guys, because I really do have to go. So if anyone wants to ask one question, please fire away. If not, we'll pick the winner of the gloves in about 30 seconds. Lewis Footing, Ray, did you ever meet Alan Knight, the Portsmouth legend? Unfortunately, Lewis, no, I never had the pleasure to meet Alan, but yes, he had a fantastic career. He played, he was a bit older than me, but yeah, he had I might have actually played against Alan actually. But yeah, I never had the pleasure to sort of meet him face to face outside of football. Okay, Andrew's saying definitely whiskey, Ray, that'll do me. The coach moved to Edinburgh, so we don't want to have one here. We did actually have a coach, J4K coach in Glasgow, Andrea, but you had to stop, unfortunately, because of other work commitments. But I'm sure, we will eventually find someone. Okay, Danny, last question here, guys. It's really good, actually, from Danny Robbins, where he says, do you prefer to wear long or short sleeves? Okay, yeah. Now, so I'm going to answer this last question and then you want to pick the winner, yeah? So really important this, guys, okay? Do you prefer long sleeves or short sleeves? Now, me, I would always go for long sleeves because you don't want to be getting a grass burn on your elbows. If you've ever had a grass burn on your elbow or your hip, it hurts. I've actually broken bones and the grass burns are actually more painful than breaking a bone. What you got to be careful of, especially if you're a parent of a young goalkeeper, and even if you're an old goalkeeper, you've got to be wary of this, because what happens is a lot of goalkeepers, young and old, they'll watch their favourite professional goalkeeper playing the game, and they'll see they'll wear a short sleeve shirt. But what you got to remember, for the most part, these guys, the playing surface that they're on, it's like a carpet, and the pitch gets watered before the game and after the game as well. So when they're diving, they can slide. There's no friction where they're stopping. And the massive mistake goalkeepers make at grassroots level, they'll see their favourite professional goalkeeper wear, a short sleeve goalkeeping jersey and go, oh, that's a good idea. I'll go and wear that for my Saturday and Sunday games. And let's just say the playing surfaces of a Saturday or Sunday are not as good as professional level for the most part, or especially on a 3G. I see young goalkeepers wearing a sleeveless top on 3G, and I'm like, what's going on here? If this kid gets a grass burn, they're going to know about it. So try not to fall into that trap, guys, okay? Just because you see your favourite professional goalkeeper wear, a certain equipment, just be a bit careful, because sometimes it doesn't work on the playing surface that you might be playing on, if that makes sense. Because a few years ago, I got talked into playing for one of the venues that I used in the coaching. They talked me into playing for their team. So it was like an amateur team in Liverpool, really good set of guys, called Alder United, really good set of guys, based by Alder Hospital in Liverpool, England, and like some of the playing surfaces that I was on, there's just no way in 10 million years I would wear a short sleeve shirt, because it was just a recipe for disaster. But the pitches that I was playing on, that's what the majority of pitches are like at grassroots level. So just be a bit careful of that. So to answer your questions, and really good question, I would always wear, to be honest with you, a long sleeve shirt. Or if you're going to wear a short sleeve shirt, what's quite popular now, this is what I would do as well. You see a lot of goalkeepers will wear a compression shirt, like a tight compression shirt, and they'll put the goalkeeping shirt over. Whether it's a long sleeve or a short sleeve, it doesn't matter, because you've got the compression. So if I was to be playing again, I would probably wear a tight, long sleeve compression shirt with no pads. You can actually wear them with pads. I'd wear the pads for training, but not for games, because you want to be as light as possible for the game. So I'd wear a tight, non-padded compression jersey, and I would put a short sleeve jersey over. So you've got the two skins, so it limits obviously the amount of grass burns. So really good question that, Danny. Again, I'm going to say it one more time, especially for the younger keepers. Just because you see your favourite professional goalkeeper wearing short sleeve shirts, okay, got to remember they're playing for the most part on a much better playing surface. Okay, so please remember that. Okay, so Owen. First of all, we're going to pick the next winner now. Owen, obviously you're the first winner of the goalkeeper gloves. Just make sure that your private message, just for keepers to say, just to give obviously your address details. Okay, so private messages. So obviously we know your details. Don't put your address in here just in case there's any weirdos on. Okay, yeah. Now, only joking aside, thankfully we don't get that many more trolls anymore. As most of you know, last year we were getting trolled all the time. Bit sad, really. Obviously those guys need to get a life, but it's what it is. So, Owen, make sure you private message the guys so they can send the gloves out. So, drum roll now, guys. 10 seconds. We're going to pick the next winner.
Right, the next winner is Joe Peterson.
Okay, the next winner is Joey Peterson. You wrote it down now?
No, it's
okay, so
pinned.
Okay, I was pinned. Okay, so Joey Peterson, you're the next winner, Joey. Okay, yeah. So Joey, if you can just let us know that you've got this message, that would be great, please, Joey. It'd be nice to know where you're from as well, because Owen, the first winner, was from Dublin in Ireland. I don't know if Joey is still on, or he might have got bored of my voice and fell asleep.
If he's gone, then we can know that.
Okay.
Okay, Danny Salisbury's on.
Okay, so okay, Joey Pieces is saying thanks, right? So Joey is still on, so you didn't fall asleep, so well done, Joey. So Joey, whereabouts are you in the world? If you just let us know where you're from, please, Joey, that would be great. Okay, so he's from Charlotte, North Carolina, which I presume is the USA. So well done. So we've actually got the League of Nations tonight, guys. We've had someone win from Ireland. We've got someone win from the United States as well. Guys, before I finish off, we've got Gary, a very dear friend of mine in J4K. We've got Gary Salisbury. Gary's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Gary's still doing goalkeeping coaching. Gary, whereabouts are you based now? Is it still in Buckinghamshire? So Gary does so much for young goalkeepers. And got so much respect for you, Gary, for what you do for young goalkeepers. Gary is one of the few selfless people still involved in football or soccer, depending on where you are. So, yeah, Gary Salisbury, respect. Good to have you on, young man. From Bedford, okay? So I said Buckinghamshire. I knew it'd begin with a B. Sorry, Gary. Okay, so if you're based in Bedford or Bedfordshire, Gary Salisbury's on here at the moment. Reach out to Gary. Gary does goalkeeping coaching. As I say, one of the few goalkeeping coaches that still does goalkeeping coaching for the right reasons. Okay, so we've got Brandon Cicinoso. Sorry, Brandon. All right, Brandon, you okay? Is that Brandon from Florida? Sorry, Brandon, I can't pronounce your second name. I'm going to answer one more question here, okay? I'm going to answer one more question, guys, and we'll go, but it's a great question from Brandon. Brandon asked, what is the best advice you can give for facing a penalty kick? Read the kicker or go with your gut feeling, okay? Yeah. Good question. Do you read the kicker or go with your gut feeling? Actually, that sort of answers both, really, Brandon, because, again, I've spoken a few times about to master a skill in goalkeeping, whether it's catching a cross or going one-to-one, it's all about repetition, practice. If you practice your goal, if you practice getting penalty kicks against you all the time, what will eventually happen is your gut feeling will kick in and you'll read the player at the same time, if that makes sense. So the two questions you asked sort of links into one. So it is actually your gut feeling. It's probably not your gut feeling, probably choose a better word, it's your instinct. But you'll only get your instinct, Brandon, through practice. Whenever I trained as a professional, whenever we finished the sessions, without every single session, always finished with 5 to 10 minutes worth of penalties, because the players wanted to do it, and obviously I wanted to do it as well. So it's always repetition. And what you'll find will happen is the more you do it, the more you, as I say, the more you practice penalties or anything, you do get to read the player, but it's your instinct and your gut, if that makes sense. And just the way the player runs towards you, you've got a gut or instinct feeling, Brandon, which way the ball's going to go, even before they've kicked it, just by the body shape of the player, if that makes sense. That's why I'm not. I did a video about 2 months ago, basically saying that goalkeeping coaches that use there's a goalkeeping coach that uses every one of his sessions. He uses a kicking machine. I think that's a massive mistake, to be honest with you. Now, am I saying using a kicking machine is wrong? Of course not. There's a time and place to use a kicking machine. I've had a kicking machine, guys. It's really good fun, but a kicking machine should be used in moderation, not for every single session. Because yeah, it's great fun to have these kicking machines, but what happens? It takes it away from the goalkeeper being able to read the player. So to be a good shot stopper, it's about being able to read the player before they've even struck a ball, if that makes sense. And you're never going to get that as a goalkeeper if all that's happening is you're facing an automatic shoot machine all the time. And I went on video and said that, and apparently I don't know, I've not watched the video. Another goalkeeping coach come out and obviously disagree with that. Obviously, that goalkeeping coach got no idea what he's talking about. You can't be using a machine, all the time, as I say, guys, yeah, because you need to have. It's got to be real life. You can't take a kicking machine on the field with you. As I say, I'm not saying don't use a kicking machine. Of course not. You use it. It's fun. You use it in moderation, but you don't use it every single session, because a goalkeeper needs to learn to read the body language of a kicker before they kick the ball, if that makes sense. So to answer your question, Dan, Brandon, sorry, it's both. It's your gut feeling, you read the player, but it's all about instinct as well. And Brandon's saying that we'll catch up. So, yeah, Brandon, bring me anytime, Brandon. You're most welcome. So guys, I'm going to shoot off now. So got a few more, get more questions here, guys. Okay, I have really got to go in a second. Gary's saying how much are the white gloves in the middle? These ones, Gary. These are the Sublime. You should know this. I think they're £45. If you're in the UK, in the USA, $55. Around that mark, anyway. But these are the J4K Sublime, and the feedback has been absolutely amazing. We've used the top palm on the gloves, and the idea of the Sublime gloves, guys, is just to keep them as light as possible. And obviously, these are for the goalkeepers that want a high-performing glove that is light. And yeah, the feedback has been amazing. I might be wrong there, by the way. I know I should know the prices. Sorry, guys, but I think about £45. Put them on. Dustin saying, put them on real quick. I've got to go, Dustin, because if I put the gloves on, you want to ask me next to start diving about, and I'm going to hurt myself on the floor. Jonathan Gold is saying, which of your gloves are best for the wet and muddy conditions, as it's always raining in Wales? So, Jonathan, it's probably, these will be a very, very good glove. The Sublime, very, very good glove. Which glove? I think it's the J4K Super Gloves. They've got a Giga Grip palm. And the feedback we've been getting from goalkeepers that wear J4K is the Giga Grip is fantastic in wet weather. So if you go onto the website J4K Sports, just look for the goalkeeper glove that says Giga Grip. Because apparently, as I say, the feedback that we're getting, they've been fantastic in wet weather. Okay, so guys, so I'm going to have to shoot off in a minute unless I get one more good question, because I've still got a good few people on listening. So while I've got guys listening, I don't mind answering the question, because I will have to shoot in a moment when I get the shout. Okay, fantastic, Laura Beaver. Laura's basically saying, yes, that she has super grip gloves. and that she plays in very wet conditions. So thank you for verifying that, Laura. What part of the world are you in, Laura? So I'm guessing when you're saying very wet conditions, so you're probably based in England or Wales as well, I'm guessing. Jonathan Gould saying, thanks, Ray. No, pleasure, Jonathan. That's what we're here for. Richard Burston. Richard, pleasure, Richard, okay. Richard, hopefully this sometime this year, I'll be down your way. I'll make sure that I'll come and say hi to you and Tom. It'd be great to see us in the face because we've obviously communicated that many times over the past 15, 16 months. So when I'm down your neck of the woods, which it will be this year sometime, I'll definitely reach out to you. We can go and have a coffee or a beer. But no, thanks for the kind words, Richard. Much appreciated. Donald is asking, what's the best glove for heat and the sun? To be fair, any of the gloves that we've got here will be good in sunny conditions. Just got to make sure that you keep the gloves. You've got to keep the gloves damp, Donald. So when you're playing in warm weather, to be honest with you, most goalkeeping gloves, even cheap goalkeeping gloves in warm weather with a good playing surface, should have a good grip. You just got to make sure, Donald, that you keep your palm damp, because if you play in the heat, if you play in the heat and it's dry and your palms are dry, you're going to have no grip whatsoever on the ball, and your palm will disintegrate very, very fast. And that's the biggest mistake a lot of goalkeepers make. Even keepers who play for a while, you don't dampen the palm before they play. You've got to dampen your palm before you play and while you play as well. Got to always keep your gloves damp, and that's what will give it the grip. And your gloves will actually last longer as well, Donald, as well. So you're not spending money. Okay, yeah. A lot of glove companies won't tell you that because they want you to keep spending money. But if you keep your gloves damp, your gloves will last a lot longer. Gerant Sargent saying, fancy a trip to West Wales. You're a big fan of J4K. Hey, listen, you know, as I say, I do a lot of travelling, Gerant. If I'm ever in West Wales, I would be more than happy to come and coach. As I say, I've lost count of how many places I've coached over the years. So keep in contact with me, Gerant. If I'm ever in your part of the world, I'll be more than happy to come and do a goalkeeping session, which I don't charge for, by the way. I'll come in completely free of charge, and I'll even give you a signed photograph as well. How's that? Yeah. So if I'm in your area, I'll come and do an hour session with you, and a few goalkeepers. It's got to be at least 4 or 5 keepers because I like to coach in small groups. But if I'm in your area, Gerard, I'd be more than happy to coach, no charge. It'd be an absolute honour and pleasure to do it. I've done it literally for hundreds of teams over the years. Gerard, pleasure, not a problem. That's what we're here for. I love doing what we're doing. I've been in goal since I was 8 years of age. Let's just say this year, I've been playing in goal for 14 years. Right, guys, I'm going to have to go now because my daughter is going to come say hello. I've got to take my amazing daughter out, Mackenzie Ray. Hi. Okay, so Mackenzie, just tell everyone, how cool is your daddy? Am I funny? Yeah. Why am I funny? I tell bad jokes, right? She's not having any dinner, no bedtime stories, okay, yeah? And her allowance of £1 a week is gone. Right then, sweetheart, I'm coming out, okay? So that's my amazing daughter, who's a goalkeeper, by the way, and nothing to do with me, okay? Nothing to do with me. Okay, guys, I've really got to go. Again, I'm going to look to come back live more, guys. I know that I was doing it once a week, sometimes twice a week. I did go away from doing that. I do apologise, guys. I just got very, very, very busy. But I am looking to come online at least once a week. And also, I've not forgot, I am still going to be doing the free teaching on how to become mentally strong as a goalkeeper. Okay, so before I go, guys, it'd be fantastic if you can give me some love, some thumbs. Please share this video, okay? Because the more young goalkeepers and old goalkeepers that see what we're doing, obviously it helps them with their goalkeeping. And guys, I've got my cheeky little Mackenzie actually pulling faces behind the camera when I'm trying to be serious. She's over here now, so I'm trying to be serious here with the guys. We're talking goalkeeping and you're messing about. Dear me. She's like a father, she likes to mess. So guys, thank you for the thumbs up, guys, on YouTube. Let's have some, if you can give me some thumbs up on YouTube, that would be great. Please don't forget to share this video as well, guys, because the more people that can obviously hear what I'm saying. Sorry guys, the phone rang. So yeah, again, please share, guys. Again, the more we share the J4K love, obviously, the more people that can help. Okay, so guys, yeah, listen, if you like Duran says, if you ever want me to come and coach at your club, send me a message, send the guys a message in the office. I'll be more than happy to come and coach. As I say, I've done that hundreds of times over the years. It's completely free of charge. I don't charge anything. I absolutely love doing it. So if you ever want me to come and coach at your club, give me a shout, drop us an email, and then whenever I'm in your area, yeah, as I say, I'm more than happy to do that. So guys, thank you for the love. Thank you for sharing this video. Congratulations to the winners, and I will see you sometime next week for our next J4K questions and answers and glove giveaway. Okay, have a good night or good day wherever you are, guys. All the best. Let's switch this off now. Okay, so you guys from YouTube, again, I do apologise if I kept looking at the camera. I'm not the YouTube here, guys. Again, the camera just kept catching me eye there. So listen, guys, thanks very much for coming on here if you're on YouTube. If you're not on like the Facebook as well, guys, yeah, we do an awful lot on Facebook as well. We are going to be doing more live videos on YouTube, but on Facebook we do give away a lot of competitions. We do a lot of goalkeeping. We give away a lot of goalkeeping gloves as well. And Seth Miller, you're saying $39.99. I think that was for the gloves. So Seth, thanks very much for helping the other guys out with the price of the gloves, because I generally don't know how much they are. So thank you, Seth. Much appreciated. Seth saying, will you come to Scotland? If I have J4Ks in Scotland, so if I'm ever in Scotland, Seth, I'll be more than happy to come and do a session at your club. And Seth is saying, how can I improve my leap? Let me just 1 sec, Steph. Let me, because I don't think I sent the link for the free videos in YouTube. So bear with me. So what I'm going to do here, Steph, I'm just going to send you a free link in YouTube, and then there'll be a few videos that I'm going to send you there, Seth, sorry, that will help you improve your leap. Okay, guys. So go to that link there, Steph. There's a ton of videos. There's about 5 hours worth of videos there, and there'll be a good few there that will help you improve your leap. So guys, from YouTube here, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day or good night, wherever you are. All the best.